Good morning. Welcome to the forecast discussion for January 16th, 2013. It is currently 8 a.m. and we have some rain, some snow, and some sleet throughout the entire Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. Well, really north and west of the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. We have seen some light snow and some sleet and even some freezing rain. However, the majority of this precipitation is exiting the region, with mostly a rain event for the coastal areas as expected. Not much in the way of accumulation, if anything. A few locations had a trace of snow at the very start of this event. Otherwise, rainfall for the most part along the coast, even with a north-northeasterly wind in place. Temperatures just were not cold enough at the surface. And at the mid-levels, well, 850 millibars, as I was talking about yesterday, temperatures were just slightly too warm to support a snow event for the region. However, as you head towards the northern interior, we ranged anywhere from 1 to 4 inches of snow, with a little bit of mixing here and there with the sleet and some rain. Taking a look at the latest radar, you can see the bulk of the precipitation is exiting the region. We still have some lingering rain and sleet hanging on here around the Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area. That will come to an end from west to east over the next couple of hours, with dry conditions expected by this afternoon. Temperatures are expected to rebound into the mid to upper 30s over the northern interior, like Connecticut, the Hudson River Valley, northeastern Pennsylvania, and northern New Jersey, and the upper 30s to lower 40s, possibly even a few mid 40s right along the coast for highs this afternoon. But we have some trouble brewing, possibly for tomorrow night. I'm going to get to that in just a moment. That could bring some more potential for some snow, some sleet, and some freezing rain. First, let me talk about the infrared satellite picture. As you can see here, we have one area of low pressure starting to spawn and develop over portions of the southeast. We have another one along South Carolina, and you can see we have plenty of lifting developing around the northern Mid-Atlantic. This basically is not really a setup for a major storm in any way, shape, or form as far as right now. But we're going to have to keep an eye on this disturbance on the water vapor satellite picture. You see this one right here? This disturbance is getting progressively stronger, a little bit stronger than what was Magellan suggesting, and it's a little bit further north. And that has some concern as there's been a trend to draw the moisture associated with this storm a little bit further north. Originally, it was suppressed down in Virginia. Now we're starting to see the potential for precipitation in southern New Jersey. And the potential here for a phase is becoming an increasing possibility. Not likely, but an increasing possibility, and something I'm going to keep an eye on as this disturbance intensifies and this disturbance over the northern plains, or over the plains of Canada, drops south and east towards this subtropical disturbance. So something to keep an eye on over the next 24 to 48 hours. Now, I'm using the GFS model guidance. Let me be very, very blunt here. There is a increasingly high volatility in this forecast over the next 7 days, and it's because we're dealing with a lot of disturbances, a lot of different air masses. As a result, with each model run, we're getting pretty much a different result each time. Really, you can only trust a model guidance 3 days out. A perfect example is a storm that had everything from snow down to central New Jersey, through to all rain for the entire region, to now where we settled on to a more of a compromised solution over the past couple of days. And now we're moving forward with this other disturbance that is right here, and this disturbance that's right here. So we're going to see how they interact and phase and work with each other. So again, this afternoon, the precipitation clears out. Our temperatures warm up into the 40s along the coast, upper 30s over the interior, a few mid 30s wherever that snow really accumulated, especially over northeastern Pennsylvania. Again, tonight we dry out with high pressure and control, but look at what happens by tomorrow morning. Here's our disturbance right here. Here's our polar disturbance. They're becoming a little bit uncomfortably close here, and this is starting to tilt negative. And look what it's doing with the moisture feed, trying to push this further up the coast. So moving forward, when you look at this by tomorrow afternoon, we're going to have to watch to see if there's any increased interaction between these two streams right here. If there is, we're going to have to possibly change this forecast. So it's definitely something to keep an eye on. with this disturbance and this moisture pushing northward into southern Jersey. So by tomorrow evening, look how close they're getting. Now, you still see there's a separation between the jet streams here, okay? But if this interacts a little bit more, then this storm comes further north, and the potential for steady precipitation for the entire Philadelphia and New York City metropolitan area increases exponentially. So again, this is something that we're really going to have to watch and nowcast over the next several 24 hours, okay? As far as what we're seeing in the forecast right now, looking like southern New Jersey could see a little bit of light snow here Thursday night into Friday morning. Accumulations are questionable at this time. I'll wait until I get a little bit more data here before putting out a snow map. And the reason why is because boundary layer temperatures initially are a little bit iffy, let's just call it, in the mid to upper 30s, falling into the 20s by the time this storm exits. So the speed in which this cold air gets towards the coastal plain and the amount of moisture that is moving through at that time, well, it's a timing issue which we have to figure out. And thus, I'm keeping accumulation potential below 4 inches here along the New Jersey coast, especially from Atlantic City on south. But the potential is there for more if this phases. If this interacts and phases a little bit more than what's being shown here, and again, we've seen some significant changes in the way that the storm is evolving over the past 12 hours in the model guidance. So it's certainly something that we're going to have to really keep a careful eye on, because it really wouldn't take much to have this storm phase like this 6 hours earlier and bring this heavier precipitation right along the coast with cold air in place. So again, Thursday night to Friday morning is something that we're really going to have to keep an eye on and keep and watch. For right now, I think New York City and Philadelphia remains just with a few scattered flurries and no real significant accumulation. And accumulation potential is greatest over the southern New Jersey coast, let's say from Ocean County on south through Cape May County. So again, something to keep an eye on. Moving forward, you definitely get chilly for Saturday and Sunday with temperatures in the 30s for the most part. We could see a few lower 40s over southern New Jersey. Now, what's going to be interesting is that we're going to see another clipper move through on Sunday. This is another wild card here because some model guidance has this more intense and a little bit further south, and it pops off another area of snowfall over the southern mid-Atlantic. So the track of this low pressure system is going to have to be key to watch, because I have the European and the Canadian model guidance suggesting a much further southern track. So again, something to keep an eye on, because there's a lot of high volatility in this forecast. So that's Sunday. For right now, again, I'm putting in there a chance of scattered snow showers, and keep a careful eye on that storm. Then on Tuesday, we have another disturbance that does the same thing, that dives towards the coast. All the models are hinting at something potentially evolving here on Tuesday, and that also could focus some accumulating snowfall along the coast for New York City and Philadelphia. And with the cold air being very much in place and very cold, talking about minus 10 degrees Celsius at 850 millibars, that means your snow ratio is higher, and thus you don't need as much moisture to produce some significant accumulating snowfall totals. So again, an active period of weather is on the way. I call these home run hitters. They either strike out or they hit a grand slam. So we're going to have to keep an eye on these storms. They very, very, very easily could miss and we end up with absolutely nothing, or we end up with 3 significant storms or 2 significant storms in the span of 7 days. So this is a high volatility period with the potential for more than what's being shown on some model guidance, but certainly all the model guidance are hinting at an active period of weather on the way. That is your forecast discussion for today. Of course, I'm your meteorologist, Stephen DiMartino. You can follow the latest weather information at nynjpaweather.com and nynjpaweather on Twitter and Facebook. And of course, if you want to meet and greet and talk to me and other meteorologists, like from live weather blogs and geo-environmental atmosphere, we're having a winter weather workshop in the Philadelphia area, 123 Main Street in Humville, Pennsylvania, on January 19th between 9:30 and 11 a.m. $30 at the door, $20 in advance, and proceeds go to a Red Cross Sandy Relief. Again, have a wonderful day. Stay safe out there.